Punch until it breaks, exactly. Apparently you can even break obsidian that way. Sure, it takes many, many minutes, which doesn't sound like a lot, except in video game time, that's basically an eternity. And have I used Breath Weapon? Is it good? You've never used Deform? It's not bad. We haven't been using it too much. I've been completely forgetting it's even an option here, seeing as how our good old claws and teeth are absolutely obliterating anyone and everything that stands between us and our goals. But against something maybe without fire resistance, especially with fire vulnerability, it's good. The big advantage in my mind is that it doesn't cost anything except with the breath delay between. So it's a nice alternative to using up that last little bit of magic. You know, we want to save enough magic points in order to revivify or go back into dragon form. And so I'm sure that that's where we can potentially kind of leverage some use out of it. But okie dokie. We can't be that close to the end. We haven't seen too many. There's the Blade Master. That's kind of what was prompting me to think that we hadn't quite seen the end of things yet, because usually there are at least a few of those bad boys waiting in the wings. But so far it's been really smooth. Normally I'm used to kind of the entire crowd coming at us wanting our autograph. I mean, it's hard to be a celebrity ogre here in the dungeon, but apparently not today. We're doing all right. Able to heal up between fights. Oh my gosh, it's a miracle. Still gotta have more friends. And there they are. I knew you wouldn't let me down. And who want what? Manifold Assault is just absolutely obliterating these poor little elves. They never knew what hit them. You can telefrag the map. A cone of fire seems passe. Exactly, yeah. Somewhat longer range than claws, except with Manifold Assault, though that runs into the whole issue of, do I have the magic points to actually make this work? But as much as I like to claim that we'll be, you know, playing it safe, make sure we have the magic, just in case the worst should come to pass, we all know that in our general anecdotal experience, I burn through all of my resources, crossing my fingers and just praying for the best. How many Phantom Mirrors did we need, game? Well, I mean, when you're this attractive as mediocre is, again, a true model ogre for everyone to look up to, I think you can't get enough magic mirrors, really. Let's see if there's anything here with the Control F period. We can take a look. Faith? I don't think so. Nelson, we're very interested in. All weapons are, again, a little bit passe. I'd kind of loop that into that group. So we're looking pretty good here. Have all the evocables we could possibly want in life. So I guess we're done with Elf. That was pretty smooth, no problem whatsoever. Do I have enough magic? Sivmuna, I might choke to you, son. Ah yes, Sivmuna. Pretty much, again, just used you for the guarantee to get Dragon Form Manifold Assault, and then absolutely completely forget that you exist whatsoever. We're a good follower, I think. We're definitely doing Civ proud here. Yeah, we need to remember the channel exists, exactly. I don't believe in using any of our abilities, not when we can just apply the Band-Aid solution, the one size fits all, turn into a dragon, and obliterate them. Makes life a little bit easier. But, what do we wish to do now? We, again, could go to Crypt if we wanted to stretch this out, make sure we're in a good bit. I do even want to go until we get maxed out fighting, again, just to kind of flex that overall HP muscle a little bit. So even though this character is super strong, and we could probably just make our way into the end game, no problem here, it's tempting to have some fun. Plus there's the fact that I am very much enjoying the gameplay, so anything I can do to push off retirement. I'm gonna keep reliving my glory days until I've grown old and frail here in the dungeon. There's no need to use other keys as long as O and Tab work. Exactly. O Tab and Dragon Form Macro, 3 keys. The only things you need in life. That's the thing. With a lot of players out there, it really is just O and tab that exist, and that's the style of gameplay that I feel like, for whatever reason, I just cannot pull off. I find it so incredible that people have the level of success that they do with just doing that, especially that's kind of going back into speedruns, more so the real-time speedruns rather than the turn count. I find it incredible to watch one because I just don't understand how it's at all tenable. Because every time that I've tried to do that, I just immediately run myself into the ground like a fool. And I'm tempted to say that I'm doing something wrong, but there are only 2 keys, and you kind of just always do the same thing in any encounter, right? No, of course, there's a lot more that goes into it than that, which is why the pro speedrunners out there are truly incredible with what they're able to pull off. It's wild stuff. Hello friends, we'll quickly bite our way through that. I mean, if we were more of a dog, then maybe we'd enjoy chewing on the bones a wee bit. I don't know, actually, who am I to say what a dragon may or may not enjoy? Maybe that's why they spend so much time slaughtering all the innocent villagers. They just have a deep addiction to chewing on bones for fun. Dogs and dragons, pretty much the same, if you ask me, right? Summer Canine familiar? It's over, folks. Zot can't win if we have the goodest boy on our side. Oh, and they will just be the bestest. The cutest dang boops you ever did dang see. You don't think turn count speedrunners are even aware of the existence of O? They may have heard about tab. Oh, definitely not. No, O is not your best friend, especially since, yeah, we managed to watch a little bit of Particle Face playing a Mayfly Tar last week, and it was really fun to hear their perspective. They knew a lot more about turn count wins than I did. Oh my gosh. I've not run into a Revenant in a long time. They have a different tile than from when I last remember. Or am I mixing you up with someone else? Are these the buddies that used to be like the blue ethereal form with the flames around them? I feel like they are. Nice, I like it though. Looking good, my friend. Looking good. Ooh. Is that Agony? Wait. Was that Agony? Because we lost half health. Holy moly. They succeeded. A 1% chance. Gotta feel like that's weighted. You can't just do that. 1% chance, and you can immediately see why things are going to get a little bit dicier as we continue to get further into the game, because Torment laughs in the face of everything that we've been trying to accomplish in life. But it'll be good. It'll make sure that we're on our toes, we're staying fresh, staying alert, making sure that we don't do anything too silly in the meantime here. I also want to take another look at our skills. These are all reaching their terminus points, which means I might actually go with training some conjurations and summoning and get Spellforge Servitor up and running for the endgame. I mean, that's the best way to become mana efficient and mana self-sufficient, is to just outsource all the actual work with the spell casting to that nerd instead. Then we can keep just slapping things away with our big old dragon paws. And that sounds lovely to me. So let's do it. Let's train a little bit of summoning here. Bring it up to 12 in the long haul. See how that goes. You don't know, you just O-tab through Crypt and don't pay attention to tiles. And you are a braver person than me. As mentioned, I am absolutely, somehow, I defy all reason and logic, and I am bad at the O-tap strat. There's literally one step, and one step only, and I'll still find a way to mess it up. It's truly impressive just how quickly I can absolutely annihilate myself. Makes all the boys jealous. Friends. Though to be fair, I am pretty much just tabbing my way through this. I didn't even realize that a Lich came around the corner, walked directly face first into an Orb of Destruction, shrugged it off, ain't no biggie to me. definitely running the risk of falling a little bit, just a wee bit, into ye old hubris, but nah, that's fine. We can get away with it, right? Because we're so strong, you see. We're so strong that hubris doesn't affect us, and that's not at all an idiosyncratic statement. It is, especially since any given situation, only one of those keys does anything. Exactly. Truly is a miracle that I can find a way to fail. And yet here we are. Okie dokie, just churning and burning our way through Crypt. This is the bottom, right? Been blanking recently a little bit on the number of floors per area. You'd think 12 years, multiple runs into this series in the past year, you'd think I would have a bit of a grasp as to how things are looking. And yet, again, I'll find ways to surprise you at every turn. And that's unfortunately not always a good thing. Takes talent to find the window to mess it up. Well, thank you. I do my best, really. Exactly. If you can say anything about me, you can't say I'm talentless, because oh boy, do I have a talent for being absolute garbage, my friends. Truly an impressive feat. The key to O-tab is to know when not to O-tab, for sure, yeah. And that's how I feel for sure about like the Deep Dwarf speedrun strats. In general, I am trash at Deep Dwarves, which is unfortunately something we may put on full display in just a bit here as we slowly but surely make our way towards the end of Ogre. And we'll get to truly show off just how little I am able to operate. Because so often I hear people, that's a good example of where so many people make the claim that all you need is to O-tab your way through a 3-run game, no problems whatsoever. So we'll have to see. Maybe I'll surprise even myself. Wouldn't that be nice? Hello, friends. Hit our invisible buddy first, and then just tap. Ooh, someone has an Axe of Distortion, one of our skeletal friends. No need to take any unnecessary risks. We'll just blast from afar. Absolutely wonderful. Just warp the space-time continuum for our own desires and benefits. I don't see any problems with this. There's no way we're somehow causing disaster in the wibbly wobbly time stuff that we call the continuum. And hello, friends. Quite the welcoming party we got going here. Again, didn't realize I was quite so popular. It's truly an honor to see you all. Can't believe you came all this way for little old me. But if you could kindly line up one at a time to meet your demise, that would be fantastic. Be forever in your debt. Wow, so kind. So kind. Well, you do love to see it. This should be a nice little treasure trove for us, though. At least one would hope. Honestly, it's a good day when it's more of a pain in the butt to actually swap over to your seen visible ring than, you know, just flailing blindly at the space around you and hoping it all works out. Because, hey, sometimes it just works. Todd Howard, eat your heart out. Let's see, treasure, please. Treasure? No? No such luck? No dice, my friends? So we ping-pong back and forth between the exits here. You can see by the number of closed doors just how few opposable thumbs they have between them in this area. Oh wow, a teleport scroll. Thanks. That's what we wanted from here, right? That's the only treasure. Gosh, darn it. Burn 50 HP, think we can top 500. Oh, we're gonna do our best. We're definitely gonna do our best to achieve just such. I mean, I do feel like, yeah, in Berserk form we can, but I want it all natty, baby. Does end up cranking up pretty quickly, the old HP, as we've seen in the past, so wouldn't be too surprised. Oh, we don't actually have a tin of tremor stones. It's the one thing thing we're missing. Also, I like that we're calling out the chessboard piece. I've been carrying this robe of resistance my entire career, essentially, in the dungeon. I think it's time we laid that son of a gun to rest. It's not exactly been seeing any use whatsoever in the slightest, so I feel pretty safe in that decision. With the chess piece, I can at least lie to myself, pretend that there will be a day in the future that it sees some action. But it won't, as we all know to be true. You mean, do we just quaff mute potions until we get the... Oh, what is it called? The plus HP. Oh, I feel like I should know this off the top of my head. Mostly because I should. Synonyms are my game. What's a synonym with robust? That's the one. We got there. Just had to filter it through a few of the old processors in the meat computer up here. But okie dokie, that's crypt for us. I'm not feeling wild enough to make my way into tombs just for some funsies, I don't think. At least not today. Because oh boy, would it be embarrassing to die on mediocre. But I wanted to take a quick look if Spellforge Servitor was at all making its way down. Ooh, baby, and it is. It is. Does increasing the spell power of deform increase the health? You would think so, right? I know it does for statue form, at least incrementally. It's not a huge difference, but you do feel it when you use something like a Staff of Earth in statue form. So I think so. So we might have to keep training, because if we take a quick peek, we're only at 31% power, so... Oh baby, is there still quite a ceiling there to blow out. But, for the time being here, what do we wish to do? Could head to Slime. It's not super worth it. We won't exactly be fighting our way through for experience. That's just begging to be mutated beyond recognition, unfortunately. So we're running out of kind of freebies. If we wanted to push it, we could do Ziggurat. We could go into like Pandemonium if we really wanted to, but might have to just get a move on at some point here. Zig? Yeah, no, I'm thinking about it for sure. Haven't even seen my final form. Exactly. Clears out one. Well, we'd need to get a rune first, so we would have to head to vaults and face the music there. I mean, we're in a pretty good position for it. We have a lot of consumables. We'll be chugging Brilliance, and probably, do we have Haste? Yeah, 6 Haste. Brilliance and Haste, and then just hoping that we obliterate the crowds left and right. That's the plan, at least. Do I wish to do that now? Am I feeling it? Am I warmed up enough? Have I gotten a good grasp of just how much punishment I can take? I think this may be true. Did we leave anyone alive in vaults? I wasn't paying enough attention as we made our way through Crypt, but I think I wouldn't be surprised if we left a little corner here or there. We were dealing with trouble before we kind of got everything uploaded. Is there a downward hatch in Vaults 4? I believe we did just see one there. So definitely can be a good strategy. Try and hope that you're not somewhere in the center there and you instead get somewhere on the perimeter. Because of course that's one of the main strategies for trying to clear Vaults 5 as a non-spellcaster, is you can read a teleport scroll right before you head downstairs, teleport to the outer rim, and then just slowly but surely blast your way through. But I think we might just go balls to the wall. We might just head straight down, make sure that we're completely buffed up beyond belief, because we have the firepower. Definitely have the firepower to make it through. Exactly, Hatch is an instant telly for sure. So yeah, very much the same strat. The only issue there is that much like telly, you don't know where you're going to land, so it can be a bit rough. But that's a flaw in both those strategies for sure. So I think we're just going to head down. If we have a Vault Warden come into view and we really need to get upstairs, what can we do? Because that's probably somewhere that we should have some kind of contingency plan in place. And there's not a heck of a lot. We have lots of Ice Blast if we have a clear line of sight to them. Not a lot of smite targeted damage. As long as they're not poison resistant, we should be able to kill them in relatively short order. Unraveling, not exactly going to do it. We'll be fine, right? Nowhere's rougher than the middle. Except for right next to the middle, where you're not on a stair, but you're in the exact same boat of trouble. That's where you start to feel the burn. And I feel like in this series, we've had a few too many teleports that only took us 2 tiles for me to have any level of confidence, even though probability says that it should be okay. We defy the odds here. We do our best. Just punch the wardens to death. It's that easy. Exactly. Hello, friends. How's everybody doing today? We got Holy Wrath, Electrocution, just doing a quick scan, Flaming Venom, no Distortion, which is the only thing that we really care about. Frost, also potentially being a contender, something to keep in mind. Also, remember how I said that we were going to buff up before heading down? Stupid, we're stupid. Whoopsie daisies. But maybe we'll actually save haste for the moment. Brilliance is nice, just so we can get blast in here. But otherwise it can kind of wait. In fact, I might just tab for a wee bit here. Oh, and of course the thing that I was forgetting, I wanted to use Ogre's Toxic Radiance, just make sure that we're getting some general all across the board damage as we kind of fight our way through. Do we have Berserk? No, we do not. And it would be tempting, don't get me wrong. Getting that 550 to 600 health does sound mighty nice right now, but unfortunately, it's a little bit sketchier than I'd like. We have a lot of blink scrolls, so even if things kind of go horrible, we can potentially just hop our way out. Wouldn't be the best use of such precious consumables, but wouldn't be the last time that we had to pull some fancy moves to save our own skin. Yeah, it's not good right now, no. But let's head upstairs real quick. Make sure that we're not getting too risky here, because we are actually taking a lot more damage than I initially suspected. We might actually have to resort to a haste potion just to clear our way through this mess. So, let us try this one more time. Yeah! Let's plop down a couple of these, go dragon form, and hello friends, come one, come all, and get assaulted in the manifold variety. No wardens yet, which means I probably should head upstairs now, and there we go, we almost definitely should. Start blasting around us. Radiate versus manifold is a bit of an interesting question at the moment here, just because our melee attacks do an incredible amount of damage, so generally it's a bit safer to go that route. Now it's most of the welcoming party. I'm surprised we didn't actually get more friends. But that was also rougher than I initially suspected. I think I'm used to, sure, being a blaster caster with something like Ignition on our side, but even those characters generally have, you know, more than 20 AC is my goal there. But unfortunately, with our current defenses, even with our huge health pool, you can see that we are struggling just a wee bit. Question is, do I want to go down? Well, some of these potions are still active. We have double regens. You can see our health just flying up. Extra speed is starting to run out. Let's take a peek then. Can bring some new friends up with us instead. Vault Warden. Never mind. We're going to play it absolutely safe here. And let's plop back down in fighting form, shall we? An Ancient Lich. Oh, isn't that special? Just for me, you decide to show up? I'm honestly honored, my friend. Let's start some Radiance of Toxicity, because that will be our key to taking down this son of a gun. And what else do we wish to do? Irradiate softening them up for sure is a good point. Yeah, make sure we give them that deformed malmutation, getting rid of a lot of their armor class. Pretty fantastic stuff. Is there anything else we wish to do in advance here? what I probably should have done right when we came down is activated Condenser Vein. With the density of enemies that you see here, you generally end up recharging it in that first kind of exchange of blows. But I'll use it now and see what we get. Oh, baby, it doesn't get much better than that. Okie dokie, I will definitely take that. Then a Manifold Assault against all of these armor compromised enemies is definitely a little bit more effective. Oh, Ancient Lich disappeared. I was actually about to do a view on you real quick and make sure that we were at a decent spot for taking you down, but guess we'll just have to trust our gut on this one. I mean, how could it possibly go wrong? At least this son of a gun is dead, our Vault Warden friend. So it's not too shabby. Let's just absolutely double bork the AC here. And then, do I lose a willpower to gain See Invisible? I don't think so. Unfortunately, not quite a tenable situation. We'll instead wait for your invisibility to run out. Because yeah, if this Petrify got any higher, we'd be looking in a bit of a rougher boat for sure. Let's take our new friend upstairs. A bit of one-on-one time, 2 minutes of playtime. Absolutely demolished you. No shot. Oh look, another one. Hello, friend. And you dead. Okay. It's a good day to be a dragon, baby. Good day to be a dragon. Spriggan Win was 10 AC. Your next one after that was your Naga with 56. So you got, yeah, the full spectrum there. You saw both sides. No, my very first kind of favorite species to run was definitely gargoyles, because there was something incredible about, you know, playing as an earth elementalist, but always ending the game with 40 to 50 AC. Absolutely incredible. But in this series in particular, we've definitely seen all sides of the coin. I also didn't actually go dragon form to finish off that fight. Whoopsie daisies. Wait a second. What did we just pick up? Ooh, Dragon's Call. We're training some summoning right now. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? So, baby, we could truly bring the pain and thunder down. Let's see how high up this is, because I know it's one of the higher level summoning spells. Oh gosh, still not there. Level 9, yes, we need a lot of training in summoning. But it could be fun. Is Acid Clouds the best roll from Bane? I think in a general sense, I would argue yes. Obviously, in certain situations, you want different clouds. Getting like a cold cloud well in Snake, incredible, because it slows down all the reptiles. But Acid is fairly universally effective for sure. So it gets a lot of points for that. Similarly, like I think you can get Miasma Clouds and Thunder Clouds. Thunder Clouds is situationally incredible, but the later in the game you are, generally the less effective it will be, just because so many things in, like Zot in particular, are lightning immune even. But putting that aside, it's definitely a contender for best, and just slightly beaten out in my books by Acid. Especially, yeah, again, for that auxiliary effect of also reducing the AC of our enemies. It's a pretty nice wombo combo on a character like this. Naga also gets free AC, not as much, but they have way more health. Definitely, yeah. You know, and I think I've mentioned before on stream, but I absolutely adore Nagas of Che, because when you mix the exceptionally high attributes, you create just a killer hybrid character that absolutely annihilates any and everything that crosses its path. This corrosion, that's all good. Dragon's Call is a heavy investment, but is incredibly strong, and it's on brand, right? Like, how can we not? Also, whoopsie daisies, accidentally just casting dragon form over and over again as our enemies approach. Not exactly what we intended, but not a huge deal. And yeah, I'd argue, even though we had some sketchy moments based on our own mistakes early on, this has probably been one of the easier Vaults 5 that I've ever been a part of. So definitely counting our blessings on this one. I mean, I'll take it, because I would hate to lose this character, of course, but For anyone watching who is debating heading down the Vault's 5-way for rune number 3, be warned that this is definitely on the easier side. Only a couple ancient liches, basically the dream when it comes to this area. Oh, whoopsie daisies. Let you go through with your invoking there. Kind of meant to use Yar's Violent Unraveling, but that tab key is getting way too ingrained in my muscle memory. You meant as in when game rolls worst clouds at lower evo, does the roll consider acid best? So yeah, no, on a technical aspect like that, I have no idea. I feel like it's potentially in the same boat as a couple of those other ones that we mentioned, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's number 1. It's definitely one of the more rare options that we see, even at decent evocations. Generally, you need a lot of luck thrown in there as well, for sure. And just remember that exegesis exists, not worth it to hardcast Dragon's Call. But I also want to keep bringing in the thunder, you know, at every given opportunity. No, we'll see. Since I'm already training summoning in order to get Spellforge Servitor potentially online, and we don't have a heck of a lot we're going for in life. In fact, oh, we hit 12 summonings. You know what, let's go a little bit nuts. Again, we don't have a lot that we're currently kind of saving up our experience for. We're in a pretty good spot in general, so we'll see if it becomes castable, but fortunately, as you mentioned, we do have Divine Exegesis in the back pocket just to make sure that at least once we call our friends into battle. We lead the way as the king of all dragons. That's what they'll call us, the father of dragons. Not at all ripping off from other media properties. Very original idea that I just came up with on the spot, of course. And there we go. Is Manifold Assault at 100% powered? Not yet. No, it's still quite low, in fact. I think it's like probably around 60 now, if I had to guess. Let's take a look. 66. So a little bit better than I expected, but definitely a ways off. So we could definitely use some more training in that regard, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. We're mostly just trying to have some silly fun here at the end of the day. And, well, we have our runes, so we can probably start clearing our way into Zot. In fact, if I come in here, don't really use the hide much, but let's do so now. Hide. Can't unfamiliar. We'll keep around, even if just for the memes. And dispersal. I may want to learn someday in the future. Line gateway, no thank you. No, it's definitely something that I haven't given very much thought to in the past, which always tempts me. Generally, I like to try out new things, except when you're kind of rolling the dragon as we do here. There's not a heck of a lot that can be said for really anything else, because it all pales in comparison to the beauty, the majesty that is our dragon form. Discord is good enough to head out. I guess the rest of these level 9s we could get rid of. Now we might actually exegesis these, so we'll do that. Makes the list a little bit more readable for when we're quickly checking things. Hide is strong. Yeah, I don't use it nearly enough. I'm so bad for I'll just scroll through, even if it takes me an extra 30 seconds here or there, ends up summing up to like full 15 minutes of me just scrolling through this list. I'm really bad for not using it. Especially for the visual aid in this medium where I'm trying to display things well. You'd think I'd be a little bit better with the whole visual organization sides of things. But no, apparently I just do what I want. Can't tell me what to do, you're not my real mom. So, okie dokie, let's head down, shall we? Not too many storm dragons, not too many purple draconians. Let's do this. Ooh. Enrage me. Do it, you coward. We go up to 685 health. Now that is beautiful. Ooh, in Zig time? We could. Don't know how far we'll go into Ziggurat. I guess we have the blink scrolls to panic teleport our way out at least, so that's something. Let's give it a try. If we do a search, where the heck was this son of a gun? Take me away. And we do have some digging. Perfect. Yeah, let's see what we can find, shall we? First few floors should be no problem whatsoever. Fingers crossed. I'm waiting to be burned by it. I mean, this is kind of the nightmare floor for us in terms of theme, but fortunately, again, we're pretty early days here. Shouldn't be too bad. Rest up. Extend here. Could learn Blink. We actually have Blink, so yeah, we definitely could have saved up. I'm not too worried. Using 1 charge out of 12. Probably not the be-all end-all. Hopefully I don't live to regret those words. But it'll be fine, right? Right. Let's kill everything before we get any annoying transient mutations. Another Phantom Mirror. Ooh, wow. I think you've officially cursed us with a future in it. Phantom Mirrors safed by bringing it up earlier. We're never going to see the end of this. Chain Lightning and Corrosive Bolt? Oh gosh, you don't say. What were you immune to, my friend? Immune to Torment, of course, resistant to electricity. Not corrosive, I see. So, have a little bit of a taste. I feel stupid. Oh no. And we just got here. Already feeling stupid about it? Well, how about that? Immediately show that mutation what's what here as we gain it back real quick. And okie dokie, is there anything we want to do here? They're resistant to poison, so we can't get any OTR kind of working passively for us in the background. I think we do. Just keep blasting. Oh, whoops, that's not what I meant to press. We just talked about this, myself. We just talked about this. But there we go. Just about dead. Our lovely friend here. And there we have it. We'll have to think about using potions of lignification if we come to a bad situation when it comes to torment here. Never actually seen a Zig. This is so interesting. It's really fun, Eggly. I find Zigs a lot of fun in general, but also can be used pretty strategically. I've had a couple of characters that have been struggling a little bit, so I try and do just a few floors, but it becomes a nightmare pretty quickly here. In just a couple of floors, you'll see just how dense it gets. These rooms just get bigger and absolutely filled to the brim with enemies. It's pretty wild stuff, especially if you ever watch someone doing like an infinite Zig character. It's wild how it all goes down. And definitely let me know if the voice is ahead of video for anyone else here. Can even do a quick check over this end. No, I don't know why I'd do that because I can't actually hear what's going on. But let me know and we can see if we can't fix anything up.